I asked counting up or down. What's counting in?
Counting in. Hello, everybody. We're the Casual Ones. This is Snowcatch Valley, the fall of 99, episode 2. If you haven't watched the previous episode, you should probably do that because this one's not going to make a ton of sense. And if you haven't seen the previous season, I mean, the first one's got spoilers. This one probably won't, but you can watch that too. The first episode in this season has spoilers for the first season.
Thanks. Yeah, that was really confused. I was like, what did the first season spoil?
The prequel that we didn't make yet.
Gotcha.
So last time the gang got together. It was a year time since the first season, Snowcatch 98, and it is now the fall. It is Snowcatch Valley's annual Halloween festival and celebration, and the gang got together and began what the individuals at the festival called the monster hunt, where they had to find 4 hidden monsters, which each would have a clue as to where the next one is. After eventually making their way through the Spider Cider Shack and the Town Hall, the Founding Monument, and through the Haunted Funhouse of Horrors and Mirrors, and also the Town Terror History Tour and all these things. During the tour, they spotted, I believe, was it Jimmy? Yeah, Jimmy spotted in the corner of the room a metal ring latch on a floorboard, a trap door in the floor, which hinted at where the final monster could be. A piece of metal raised high would reveal bones below ancient stones. And so they took down under the stairs that led into the dark, into a tunnel, which eventually led them to windows looking over the town square and the events of the Halloween festival. And in addition to that, they found a board with pictures, old photographs, black and white, heavily worn out, some Polaroids that are maybe a little weathered and ancient, but for the most part, more modern than some of the others. And there was charcoal writing on some of it, most of it smudged, and question marks over some of the faces. And as they started to investigate this board, a voice rang out from behind them saying, "Hello? You're not supposed to be down here." And that's where we pick up. What do you do?
Guys,
Fuck.
hold bro.
Is there behind the board, like, explain this board? Is it like a big board that goes from like head to toe? Is there like a cutout like near the bottom portion? What is it look? Yeah,
the board itself is like on an easel. It's a little like basically a Bristol board turned on its side, so wide ways. It's got maybe a dozen photos on it, some old newspaper clippings, scraps, and a yellowed yarn wrapping between some of the pegs on it. It is in an angle against the corner, one of its corners almost poking out of these 4 open windows that are in front of you, with a wooden chair against the opposite corner of the little nook that you're in, with a burlap sack behind it. And then to your left and to the left again is where those stairs that you came down are, where you heard the metal creaking and that voice come.
Okay, and remind me, we're on what floor are we on?
You're like 80 feet up. Yeah, you're looking out over these glassless windows that are arced, and you can see but immediately outside of them, you can see gargoyles with their ears and horns hanging out below each of these windows.
Okay, I would like to try to hide behind the wall where the hallway comes in, and just hide there. And if whatever comes through, I'm going to tackle it.
Okay, so you're making your way to the corner. Can you roll stealth for me?
Oh, of course I can.
Brody, what are you doing?
That's a 5, man. We're starting off with a 5. Come on. Okay.
So you begin making your way over. Instantly, your feet just scuff against the ground. The dust here has settled for a while. Because the windows are open, the elements are just blown in here. A twig just cracks under your shoe from maybe an errant bird's nest and from one of the gargoyles. And you immediately hear footsteps that were resounding down that hallway stop.
Hello?
What are you doing?
Who's down there?
Just people at the festival.
Yeah, we're trying to solve the monster hunt.
Yeah, isn't the fourth clue here?
How did you get down here?
Same way you did?
Are you pranking? And you hear the sound of metal scrape against the pavement or the stone floors.
No pranks, just looking for that cash prize.
Do you have the clue?
Sir,
This is not where you're supposed to be.
Oh, where are we supposed to be?
You just hear the metal start scraping towards the corner, Brody, where you're standing.
If he comes past me, I would like to, whatever it is, as long as it doesn't look like a cane, I'm gonna grab it.
As the sound gets louder and turns around the corner, you see a disheveled old man with wild hair and eye kind of hanging low on his face. He's got clothes that are stained. He's sweating at the brow, and he's carrying behind him what looks like a shovel, but it's kind of darkened and maybe covered in old dirt, covering most of the blade itself. And he drags it, leaving a thin line in the dust behind him. Brody, as soon as you see him, I guess you are attacking him. You are going to tackle him.
I regret my decision.
So
but-
can you roll combat for me?
Yeah, what?
Brody, no.
What is it? What did you say? Roll combat?
Yeah.
I have a very important question.
Yeah.
Does this guy have a strong hand?
We may not have any hands after this.
He's tackling him, not fucking taking his hands off.
He's old.
in the split second that he like sort of walks into the visible light, do I
Mhm.
recognize him at all?
You don't.
Okay.
And what did you get there, Brody?
11.
11. So yeah, you hit him full hard. How are you trying to handle him here?
I guess as I get close to him, I would realize he's old, but that shovel
So an
still
easy
freaks
target.
me out. So I'm gonna bear hug him.
Okay.
I'm gonna bear hug him.
Step.
Yeah, and just be like, drop the weapon, drop the weapon.
As soon as you hit him, he wheezes out as you kind of grab into his body, and he's falling backwards without the strength to hold himself up. But you take the shovel from his hand, and he's just in your grasp, like a dancer giving his partner the dip. You have all of his weight, and he begins to wheeze, and he looks in the eye with his good eye, and you can see it's wide, and he starts to shake. And
Brody,
What
he's
do
an
y'all
old
do?
man. What are
Brody.
you doing?
I was
Down, boy.
Don't use names. I'm gonna run out of here.
Okay.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Jimmy, you book it. Can you
Yeah.
roll keep cool for me?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to try and stop Brody from murdering an old man.
Okay. Yeah, you
I'm gonna
can
reach out for Jimmy.
to stop
I
it.
rolled a 10
Yeah,
on
to
keep
stop him.
cool.
Okay, Ransom, you have to roll higher with combat to stop Jimmy. And
With
Angel,
combat?
you can roll
Yeah.
help out.
Cool. Higher than
I
a
can
10, you
roll
said? Nah.
Angel, you can either roll help out or protect someone.
what? Okay. So protect, because I guess I'm protecting the old man. I rolled an 11.
Okay, so yeah, you're able to gather his weight. You know, both of you let him go. You could see that he's just leaning against his knee and pressing himself into the wall. Ransom, you grab at Jimmy's clothes, and Jimmy slips out.
That still have his jacket.
Yeah, and Jimmy goes up the stairs, where you can see that the old man eyes you all, and then seeing that suddenly Angel's there helping him, you're all kind of de-escalating. He just sits to breathe for a moment.
You okay, sir?
Oh God, I thought you were going to attack me for a moment
Sorry,
there.
it's the costume. I know. I'm very small. It's
Halloween and
probably scary.
everything.
Yeah, we get a lot of youths beyond, misbehaving. I thought you were down here causing trouble. And
Oh no. The clues told us to go somewhere like here, and we just found it. So we were just looking for the last clue.
but you broke the lock. There's a lock on this thing.
There was no lock.
mean there's no lock? And he kind of turns his head
Nothing was
around to
locked.
look, and there's no chain there hanging
Oh,
within
at this point, I've
anymore.
already closed the door. Box on top. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Part of the secret nobody will ever know.
And he takes his hand off his chest as he kind of calms down, and you see pretty clearly that he has like custodian staff name tag and everything right on there.
I'm so sorry, sir. I thought this was all part of the Halloween prank. I thought you were going to be like one of the dressed up monsters that spooked me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm going to like
No.
pass him the shovel. Be like, that's a beautiful looking shovel. Listen, I can give you a free pizza on me. Just
What? I don't understand what's happening here.
Do you need help to like sit down and like calm down? Sir?
No, I think I would like for you to go, and we're going to lock this back up. We don't need hooligans about anymore, and this is just, if you don't mind, just are you in the tour?
Yeah, we were.
They're upstairs, so maybe go.
Oh, okay. No
Okay.
problem.
Take
Sorry
the
for the
board.
misunderstanding.
Okay, and he gets kind of behind you and starts shuffling you out a little bit.
Take the board.
Sir, what's the deal with the board here? This easel with all the pictures.
I don't know what you're talking about, but just please get out of here.
This thing right here. Here. Come here.
No,
Can I
no,
just, like,
get out of here. I talked about the hooligans. Just get out of here. This is off limits.
You don't think it's weird that there's a whole bunch of faded pictures in a dark room underneath?
This is old. It's probably storage. I don't know. We don't. There's places that are sealed off. It's not safe to be in here. There's lots of these old hallways. We're very high up. There's no maintenance done here. The stone can be worn away. There's open windows. You got to worry about these things. So just get out of here. And he's gently but frailly trying to push you guys towards the stairs.
Okay. All right. Yep.
I go with him.
Happy Halloween.
Hiding.
Yes. Yes. And assuming that you do go up the stairs, well, up to you. He'll follow up behind you. Does anyone not?
if
I can see Brody's got gears going here, so I'm not sure.
He does.
if I could have just slipped away from him pushing, I would like to try to be here to take a look at the board.
Okay, yeah, you can make a stealth check to just kind of fade away as he's ushering Ransom and Angel out.
It's a 7.
So you kind of start to begin to slip away, and you scuff again. Your foot hits the ground. The uneven stone here and the darker side of this passage makes it very hard to, just have even footing as you walk around. And he begins to turn his head. And Ransom and Angel, you notice that he is noticing Brody slipping away. But you have a moment to get his attention.
Come on, sir. We're trying to get out of here. You like you said, it's unsafe. You should probably come with us.
But oh, okay. Can you roll manipulate someone?
I would love to. That sounded bad. How's a 7?
It's
Okay,
a
hold on. Do I
mixed
have a-
success. So he starts to get a little weirded out because he's trying to push you out of here. Now you're trying to get him out of here. But he begins to make his way up, and he's just kind of eyeing you. Do any of you have his shovel?
I gave it back to him.
Yeah.
Okay, he's got it then. And he uses it to help his way up the steps, and then he gets out of there. Jimmy, are you anywhere around?
So wherever we kind of shuffled the crate off to, I'm gonna be hiding behind that crate.
Okay.
Like not in view of the stairs.
Okay.
The whole thing is last time something happened, Jimmy talked to people and it went bad. This time, out of sight, out of mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll stealth for me.
Absolutely.
See how good it is. And Ransom Angel, you follow him up out, and you just kind of start stretching, looking around. And
Even 10.
in 10, yeah, he doesn't see you. Looks like your friend went upstairs. The tour is still continuing. You said you were doing the monster hunt, yeah?
That's correct, yes.
Well, he gives you a wink. That's the right way to go, then. And he points towards the stairs.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Just Liam. It's fine.
Liam? Mr. Liam. Well, thanks for pointing us in the right direction. We're sorry to cause any trouble.
It's okay. Normally, when you see locks and chains and stuff, it's a bad spot to go. And he does see the chain
It's
with
Halloween,
the
though, you know? It's
the hooligans. I know. And
Yes.
he sees the padlock and chain that was put off to the side, and starts to put the chain around the loop on the inside, and begins to lock it up. And then he does so.
like, okay, and yeah, I'll come on, Angel.
Yeah,
Sort of.
yeah, no worries. Hopefully that guy isn't like hurt. Brody's like a pretty big guy.
He was still walking, right? Like, oh, but he was using the shovel. Nah, I'm sure he's fine.
I'm gonna stay behind the crate until I hear like everybody leave.
Yeah, so you hear Angel and Ransom make their way up a set of stairs, another winding staircase. You hear the old man and his shovel tapping back out the original way that you would come in, the entrance to this area, the town hall building.
But I haven't heard or seen Brody.
You have not heard or seen Brody, but you did hear a good 30 seconds of huffing and lifting a chain and jiggling it around, and then the click of a padlock, and then the slamming of the door.
Cool.
So, whisper
So
to Angel, be like, "You think Brody's gonna be able to get in there?"
Oh shit, where's Brody?
Oh, you didn't notice?
No.
Pal.
Is he in there still?
Yeah, the hooligan is still down there.
God. All right, well,
You know, Mr. Paranoid.
yeah. I don't know if he can hang out here, I guess, and then see if he can get out on his own.
Yeah, that's not to be good. And I just like lean against the wall.
And then it's just Jimmy in the room.
yeah. Okay, so everyone else is out of the room at this point, then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll kind of pop up slowly, look around, and then go and look at how locked up this trapdoor looks.
So how it locks, and you lift up that ring again, and it gives you about maybe 8 inches of clearance, where you can see the chains go back down inside, and you see the padlock hanging within a foot's reach between them, and it definitely just hangs between 2 things inside, and gives you about that much lift.
Okay. Would like with how much I can, like, does the door itself come up at all or no?
Yeah. Like the chain is it's concealed within underneath the trapdoor. There's 2 loops that it connects to.
With how much it comes up, like, could a person squeeze through that?
Your arm could fit through that. It's just so that someone could reach in and get the padlock and unlock it.
Got it. Okay, as quietly as they can, I'll reach in just like so the old dude doesn't hear it potentially. I'll try to grab the padlock and just see what condition it's in.
Okay. You know that you heard his tapping down the hallway.
Yep.
He's a good distance away.
Okay.
And you look at the lock, and it is hefty. Like it does have rust, but it is like a good 5 pounds of just old padlock metal.
And then, like, thinking back, when I opened the door the first time, I didn't feel like a ping, like a snap or anything, right? Like, it just seemed to go up normal. It was already unlocked.
Definitely seemed to be unlocked. The only resistance it had was that the lock itself was stuck under one of the steps.
Got it.
And just kind of tension got out of there.
Then, yeah, I guess I'll just wait. I'm going to wait a little while until I can hear what I think is going to be Brody coming from the other side at some point. So I'll just kind of hang out and wait for him.
Okay. Brody, what do you do?
My first initial thing is going to look at that board again.
Okay.
Something's going on here. This board is incredibly weird, and I'm going to roll my new move.
Okay. All right.
Yes. So my new move is called Paranoid Detective, and depending on how the roll goes, we'll see. So I'm going to roll the Investigate one, I'm assuming.
Yep.
That's a 2. Oh, that's a 4.
So this, as you're kind of looking at it, with the police radio crackling in your backpack, assuming you've tucked it and put it away once you found it again.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's still just laying on the floor. You just have this unsettling feeling. The chill air is blowing through the open windows. You can see the town from above, from this very odd perspective with a chair and a board that seems somehow ancient yet recently used. And something about this just feels completely wrong. And you feel hair on the back of your neck stand up, and you feel goosebumps, and you just feel your skin crawl as something is just wrong.
Okay.
And you also take 2 paranoia.
Yeah. Okay.
Paranoid
I'm gonna-
detective.
Yeah. Ooh, scary. So I'm gonna unpin all the pictures in the string and just try to remember the best I can how it looked. I'm gonna pack all those things in my bag, and then quickly just take a look around if there's anything else that might catch my eye before heading out.
I would say make an investigation check.
7.
As you're kind of looking around, you pack up everything into the from the board into your backpack, leaving the board itself there. It's just a pegboard on an easel. Looking around, you do notice that behind the chair there is a burlap sack that is tied closed.
2 things. Does this board like rotate?
You could take it off, like it's just like a.
I just want to see
like
if
a
there's anything
corkboard
behind
almost.
it.
No, you take it off.
Just
There's
look it
nothing
up.
behind it. No, it just
Yeah,
it just
okay.
leans against the
Okay.
easel.
Fuck the board. I'm gonna open that burlap sack.
So you start to rifle through the burlap sack, and Jimmy, you've been sitting there for a little while now. Ransom, Angel, you've kind of made your way up to the top of the stairs, and noticing that no one's following. You do hear some distant chatter that sounds like the tour guide and the crowd with them kind of discussing things as they're towards the the end of the tour. There's a bit of a discussion going on, but a little bit at a distance. So Ransom and Angel, what do you do?
What do you say? Should we rejoin?
Oh, I was gonna suggest getting the clue.
That's what I mean. I figure it's got to be in that direction, right?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
they'll sort it out. Jimmy's
Yeah, let's
down there
go.
with him, right?
Yeah, it'll be all right. So we're gonna go find him, but it was a circle of metal.
Yeah. Well, apparently the latch to some underground or like secret passage wasn't the right answer, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah, a little disappointed, but that's fine. Yeah, let's go look for it. And yeah, just start searching around for anything that fits the clue.
Okay, so as you kind of make your way to the top of this spiraling staircase, you end up in a more spacious area. It's pretty dark, and partially because it's the Halloween festival, they only have minimal lighting and everything's decorated to be extra spooky.
Dry ice everywhere.
Yes, definitely dry ice and cobwebs as far as the eye can see. But the room that you're in, it is vaulted and it is dark. And as you look up, you see that there is a good 40 to 50 feet that rise up, and you can see a little bit of barely illuminated scaffolding that go up, and then a pale yellow glow that is maybe 30 feet across, in a clock face at the top of the town hall's clock tower. Is dimly glowing there. And I would say maybe make an investigation check.
Sure. Like that. You know what?
Hmm.
I'm gonna spend a luck.
Okay.
Okay.
Just
I rolled a
gonna
7.
spend a luck.
Okay. So as you guys are kind of looking around this area, you do see this large scaffolding, and that dimly lit yellow circle up. That is the clock face. And as Angel's thinking, is that the circle? Ransom. It's so obvious in your mind. It's a circle held high under ancient stone, reveals the bones, and you see this metal plated clock tower that's been above Snowcatch for as long as you've been here, and you see it very plainly in view as part of the tour. And below it it's just that empty kind of tower with the scaffolding. And you're standing at the top of the stairs. So there's a lot of room in here that is empty. And as you kind of start to move your way around, you see that there are a bunch of just debris that have been put around here for extra spooky effect, like broken down chairs with burlap thrown over it. And you start to see kind of what looks like a pathway that goes between all the debris.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. Watch where you're walking, though. Like, this can't be safe.
It's really need to get the maintenance guy in here to clean it up, I think. Liam. Mr. Liam.
And Angel, you still got your lighter, right?
Yeah. But it's like a Zippo lighter. It's got not that much light.
Yeah. But I think it'll remove the need to safely navigate this area. You can kind of see the path more clearly. In the lighting that is here, you would see that this is a bit of a puzzle where there would be like dead ends. It's like a very small, like waist high maze made of debris and stuff that'd be very uncomfortable to like climb over. So you, with the lighter, you're able to make your way through, and at the very end you just see a stone block over a wooden box.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Let me out.
yeah. Remember, lift with your knees.
Yeah, hold your breath, right? There we go.
And as you begin to lift it, it's pretty thin overall, like maybe 2 inches of stone. So it's got some weight to it, but nothing that would be dangerous. And you move it aside, and you do see a skeleton that is just kind of laying there, kind of curled up, almost contortionist-like within the box. And then one of its hands begins to lift up and grab the side of the box.
High five.
And as you hit it, some shitty plastic skeleton hand just kind of wavers around, and then its other hand lifts up and grabs onto the other side of the box. And then it tries to lift itself up, but one of its hands has been dislodged, and it just crumbles. And in there, you see beneath its body that is still very badly trying to move under stilts that are trying to push it up, another paper, another glue.
All right, Angel, you fight the skeleton. I'll get the paper.
I lift the skeleton up.
Yeah, so as you get the paper, it says, "Congratulations to the monster hunters. There is only one step left and you can claim your prize. At the end of the hay maze, depending on your time, you can actually receive something sublime." And you've already seen from the above what the hay maze in the distance kind of looked like. The hay is a bit too high to actually see where the pathways necessarily would lead. But you did notice that in the center of the hay maze, there's a little hut. And the last thing that you need to do is potentially just reach the hut within the maze and you get your prize.
Do we see the hut?
Right now, you're totally indoors. You saw a little bit of the maze from before and the peak of that hut from the windows and the passage below.
Okay.
That's about it.
All right. Well,
Guess we gotta go find the other two now and get going.
yeah. Hopefully Brody's not trapped down there still.
Yeah, so I want that cash prize, man. I want to get that grand prize before anybody else claims it.
Well, let's be quick then.
I just start running for the stairs.
And as we pan back, Brody, you open the burlap bag, and inside, how do you find out what's in it? Do you just start rifling through it? Do you pour it out? What do you do?
Since the guy said this is a maintenance room and nobody really goes down there, I'm just gonna lay all the contents on the floor and rifle through it that way.
So really strangely, as you start to pour it out, you hear like the sound of ruffling and crinkling, and suddenly candy wrappers pour onto the ground. And some half-eaten candies and half-eaten chocolate. You see a candy apple, slightly browned, roll out onto the ground. You see a diary with most of the pages ripped out, fall onto the ground. You see like a pair of socks that look old and like grayed with time, and they just kind of clatter to the ground, just this odd collection of things.
I'm gonna take the diary. I'm gonna put that in my bag. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave everything else. And there's nothing else in this room that like catches my eye other than the sack.
There's just the easel, the board, the windows with the gargoyles, the chair, the sack. Everything else is just rock and dust.
Okay. I make my way to the stairs.
Okay. As you make your way to the stairs, you turn that corner, and it is completely dark.
Okay. My radio has like an LED light, right?
Yeah, a little red one, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to. That's all I got. I'm gonna try to use that little light to illuminate the best I can, and I'll try to lift, and obviously I can't go anywhere. And I'll just like peek my eyes out and go, "Hello, hello,
Yeah, so
anybody there?"
with your little red light, it is almost eerie as the police radio again starts to crackle almost violently for a few seconds and then settles down. And the red light casting over these stairs, you do see near the top of them just that chain, and worse, the padlock, fully locked on the chain. And as you press up against it, without going all the way up, you can see that it moves a bit, but there's heft and weight to it. As you make your way up the stairs, you start to lift it. Could you roll keep cool for me?
Yeah, of course. That's a 8. Oof.
Yeah, you start to feel like a slight panic. You know, everyone disappeared. Everything's very strange. You just flicker back and see the candy wrappers and a candy apple roll onto the ground. You're already feeling chills. Everything was strange, and now you're locked down here for a moment. And as you kind of get closer and push it up, you see that a few inches rises and a little bit of light pours in. And you see Jimmy looking down at you.
Hey, bud.
Jimmy, get me out of here. This fucking place is weird, man.
Why are you still down there, man?
The board, there are creepy photos. I had to make sure I
good, you
knew
got
what
the
it was.
board. Oh, that's good, man.
Well, I'm not taking the board. I got the photos and a
Okay.
diary or a book or something. I don't know. I can't.
Oh, it's
I can't
good, man.
quite-
Everybody likes
Yeah.
books.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Do you have? Can you find something that can help me open this damn thing?
Ah, man.
At
do you
this
mean?
moment,
God damn it.
you start to hear the distant tapping of metal on stone.
Oh, shut up. Push it down. I'm going to hide behind the crate.
And Ransom and Angel, the tour guide starts to come back in your direction with the crowd following, and you see them move up towards the wall and towards the staircase, just kind of murmuring. Now that the tour is for the most part reached its end, they're chatting a little bit back and forth. And as you you see them start to pass by and go down the stairs. You can freely join them, or
Just do we see Jimmy at the crate here as we move by?
so this is still
Or are
up
we at
here.
the floor above?
Still, yeah, this is still up here in the clock tower area. But if you were to follow them down, you know,
Yeah, I just kind of like look at Angel like
Yeah, might as well
we just
fade into the crowd.
yeah, I just slip back in there. And as they come down, the tour guide looking over his shoulder, just talking with one of the other guests, kind of notices you for a moment. What do you do?
So we'll head tilt, raise the glass. So just
Nothing.
ignore 'em.
I do nothing.
Nothing.
I don't acknowledge her at all.
And as she's coming down the stairs, Jimmy, she definitely notices you too, just sitting
I
by
was
the
hiding.
crate. Oh, you're
No,
going to
I'm
stealth
hiding.
again?
I want to hide
okay.
behind the crate. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, yes.
oh God. Let's see. Come on, baby. 8.
Okay. I would say you kind of have to you picking a side of the crate to hide behind. One would be you hear sound now coming from both as you're making this decision. You hear the tapping on stone. You also hear the creaking of the spiral staircase. So which one are you hiding from more? Obviously, you got a bit of a heads up that someone's walking down those stairs now, whether the tapping was distant. So
Yeah, I'll hide from the stairs.
yeah. And you do hear the tapping begin to get louder as discussion works its way down the stairs, and within a moment you see the group and the tour guide moving out through the room through the normal exit. And Ransom and Angel, what do you do?
Do we
Walking
still
along with
see
the group.
Do I notice the hatch still closed? And
Oh yeah,
everything?
yeah, it's fully closed. Yeah.
Can I just do a quick scan to see if I can see Brody or Jimmy?
Sure. Yeah, you could try to investigate, see on a look. But even then, as the group continues to move on, they go out back into the hallway. So Ransom, do you join with the group, or you can roll and see?
I rolled an 11.
So yeah, that rolls high enough to if you want to, Jimmy, you can be seen by Angel as you notice the trailing of it, and you definitely spot them at the back of it.
I spot them.
Yeah.
I go like.
And Angel, looking back, you clearly see Jimmy kind of peek out from behind the crate.
Yeah, I stayed away from the crowd. And
Ransom, do you
moved
follow?
towards him.
I don't know if I noticed this.
I tug at the back of his shirt because he hasn't moved.
Okay. And the tour continues on back to the origin, where they will start again once they reach there. And the rest of you peel back to see Jimmy. You guys do.
Hey guys, we got a problem, man.
Where is he?
I lift up the hatch couple inches.
You just see my eyeballs, help me, get me out of here!
Yeah, his eyes are darting a little bit. He definitely very paranoid.
I covered for you. Why did you let yourself get locked in?
Listen, there's something weird going down here. I needed to
locked
know.
in there.
Yeah, that's not the weird part.
But what do you want us to do for you right now?
Should we bring you food and water or something?
Yeah, he's gonna get dehydrated down there.
Yeah, you might be down there for a while, man. I don't know.
Why don't we
Listen,
open
there's
the
half.
It's locked.
There's half-eaten candy. I could probably survive on that, but
Wait,
do you guys
hold on, man. You're gonna eat someone
that's
else's
gross.
candy? That's kind of messed up.
listen? I'm not planning on being
eat
here more
ABC
than
candy.
a few minutes.
I don't know if we can change that for you, man. I don't. It's locked.
Do you guys do any of you know how to pick a lock?
Actually,
No.
now that you mention it, maybe I do.
In fairness, it's been a year, in game, so why wouldn't Ransom forget? That's one of his things.
It's been a while since I had to pick any locks. Actually, I just remembered. Hold on.
That is
As
an
a matter
incredibly
of
weird thing
fact-
to remember.
Guys, look, Sith Lords don't pick locks. They just use a lightsaber, okay? I forgot.
Oh, that.
The worst
Wait,
road.
will that work on the lock?
Lightsaber? No, oh, man, it's fantasy.
Let's try though. We don't
I mean,
know.
you're blurring the lines, man. It's confusing. Hold on.
It'd be
Alright,
cool if
I
it
just,
worked. That's all.
reach down in, cover for me, okay? I don't know, put a crate in front of me or something. And reach down with both hands to start trying to pick the lock.
I stand
Okay.
up, look at the crate, look at him, shrug, go back to watching him do what he's doing.
Okay.
I face Jimmy silently.
And as they begin to fill the void, Brody, you just see Ransom reach in with his single lockpick, his final lockpick.
I'm trying to hold. I'm trying to hold
What
the
do I-
lock steady. I'm just trembling.
Okay.
Get me.
I would
Wonder
say
what that would be like to be a,
Yeah, this seems like it
a
would be
thief
less
without
good.
lockpicks.
so the lockpick is just a 2d6.
Just 2d6, okay.
But Brody, you're helping. You're going to hold it steady for him, and that will definitely make it less easy to break. So if you want to roll help out, maybe you'll succeed.
All right.
I'm
I'm gonna
so
let him roll
excited.
help out first.
That's a 10.
Okay.
-1, baby.
So you get a plus roll, +1 roll.
No pressure. That's an
Ransom,
8
don't put-
now with that help out.
Okay. So you're wiggling. Brody, you're trying to keep it perfectly safe. Ransom's thinking through like what would happen if he fails this. You are locked in a castle, essentially. And as you're thinking that, and Brody, as the paranoia is creeping up your spine, you see the lockpick break. And a piece of the metal falls as the padlock clicks open.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm gonna-
Brody, I almost had to
I
go to
could've-
another castle.
what?
Never mind, man. It's a
It's a-
video
It's a
game,
Mario
you get
joke,
it.
man. Don't worry about it.
That is an
Buddy,
incredibly weird thing to
you
say.
have got to play Mario 64. Okay, it's a total game changer. But
I'm gonna like hug
Yeah.
Ransom like really tight. Thank you. There's a fuck. That's scary shit down there. And I'm like, I got the photo. So
it was a dusty room. Yeah, that's great. Come on, we gotta go.
We found the clue.
We found the clue exactly.
Oh, well done, guys.
I want
Yeah,
that
we
cash
have to go to
prize.
the hay maze now.
All right.
I'm just like taking a second to breathe. Like,
What are you waiting for? Cash prize. Let's go.
okay, let's go.
I start just running.
Yeah, so
Hey,
you guys,
Maze.
you run through the town hall, back down the second set of spiraling staircases, down through the lobby. You see the group is dispersing. The tour guide is switching off with someone else who's going to take the next set of people up, and you see them slowly start building the next group. But then you see one of the people outside kind of spins with a flourish, dressed as like some creepy undead witch thing, and gets in your path with a broom stuck out in front of you. Did you find the final clue?
Pull out my lightsaber.
I just put my head in my hands. Like,
I
oh.
don't know if that's a yes or a no, but
did.
He's
Yes.
he's taking his
course.
character way too seriously.
okay. But okay, where are you supposed to go next? If you know the clue, you'll know where to go.
Yes. Wait,
Hey, Maze.
are you looking for the clues?
Okay. Hey, Maze is correct. And you see her reach down into a cauldron that's just kind of like hanging off her elbow. And she gives you a little device, a little black rectangular device with a screen on it. And then she taps the button, and you see right away a red LED light start up.
What's
And
this?
well, this is your prize. I mean, not exactly the prize. This is how soon you have until your prize gets worse.
What?
So good luck.
Guys, come on!
All right.
Yeah. So basically, if you take too long, your prize gets worse. So go.
Thanks, bye.
Hey,
Get to the witch's hut, and she gestures to her witch costume as like, you can get it, and okay.
Yep.
Go.
And yeah, I guess we just take off running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could
Go
take off
Simon.
running to the hay maze, running through the square, passing by the the spider apple cider shack, spider cider, and you make your way over towards the hay maze, where a Frankenstein's monster, if you're being pedantic, is guiding people
yeah.
towards an entrance, and looks and sees your guys' timer and gives you a kind of a wink, and then lets a bunch of other kids through and gives you a moment. Within the hay maze, there will be scary trials. And
It
you-
doesn't matter. We're on a time limit.
I'm supposed to. Okay, but there are some trials that are going to be a little dangerous, so be careful.
Okay.
And okay,
But we don't have to do them, right?
no, you
I
have.
book it.
There's no way to get through otherwise. But okay, go.
Okay, thanks.
And you take off into the entrance of the hay maze itself, and from there, it is a pretty hay-covered, muddy path on the ground with hay maze going maybe up 8 to 9 feet around you. Pulled and together with ropes and yarn, and you make your way down to an immediate split in the path. From the above, you'll have vaguely remembered that when you kind of saw the maze, that there was definitely, for the most part, winding dead ends that would just add to your time. And so each failed roll for investigating directions. We're just going to explain a little bit what you look like as we burn a few seconds. And then you don't have to walk back. We'll just continue. So as you come to the first split in the road, can you all make a group investigation check and see which way you must go?
6.
Oh my
That's like
God,
my first
7.
failure.
9.
9.
Okay, nice. That's enough successes. You notice that there is a lot more foot traffic on the left, and that would mean people double back. So you go to the right. And moving that way, you feel pretty confident as you spin around a large winding amount of hay that suddenly brings you to a more of an open area with like stacks of the hay. And from beyond one of the stacks, you suddenly see someone dressed as a zombie spin around with a laser light attached to the side of their head. And you see you see the zombie shambling around in a pattern, like almost a figure eight between some of these. There's 4 different stacks, and they go winding around between them through this empty area with the hay riding around. And you see a message that says, "Don't be seen, or you will be eaten." And then the pathway lays beyond as this begins to work its way around all this the northern of the 4 stacks. And you have a moment to break out behind each of the stacks as it's working its way around. And you'll have to use keep cool to make it there, and stealth if it's close.
That was me putting my lightsaber away.
You have to hide a little better.
Hide.
So everyone make a keep cool check to make it to one of these stacks as it makes its way around.
I think that's a 7.
Before I do the roll,
Yeah.
Aaron, do I have to use luck before the roll?
No,
Or
you can use luck whenever.
All right.
Yeah.
8 for me.
Okay.
I'm burning a luck point because I rolled a 1.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay.
7.
Okay. So we're just going to see as Jimmy, you make it fairly cleanly. You almost lock eyes with the zombie, and its laser comes towards you. And you see it zip past, hitting the far wall as you lean up against one of the others. Angel used luck, so he's already there waiting. He gives you a nod. But Brody and Ransom, you both failed? Or
I got an 8.
Got a 6.
Oh yeah, no, good enough. Just Ransom then. So everyone stacks up behind these different pillars as Ransom goes to hide behind one, and you're all taking up the space, and he's stuck in between the 3 of them. As the zombie turns the corner, and its laser lands on you, and it just snarls and it runs at you full speed. Yep, you take out the lightsaber. You can. What do you do as the zombie sprints at you?
I turn around and run.
Okay. You book it back out towards the entrance, or okay.
Trying to pull him away from the rest of the group.
Okay. So you make your way.
Go on without me.
And it chases after Ransom. I will say, you know what? Normally we don't do this. I'm just going to roll 2d6 to see if it spots any of you. Because I feel like your rolls were good enough to have mostly hidden, and it rolled a 6. So doesn't see any of you.
Nice.
Sprints past, chasing Ransom towards the exit, where it stops on a dime and kind of goes slump. And you can see that it's kind of wavering there. And the 3 of you have a moment.
Go.
A question. They didn't say that we needed to bring the timer to the end, did they?
They didn't explicitly say that, no?
No? Okay. I'm going to run to the other end.
Yeah, if it's like in the far side, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 3 of you begin to take off, or Angel, what do you do?
Yeah. Like, I make eye contact with Ransom for a second. It's like,
Yeah. Thanks, sir.
I put out my hands, like, throw it.
He doesn't want to throw it. He doesn't want to throw it.
No. I have never played a sport in my life.
Do that limp-wristed throw, you son of a
So he doesn't throw it.
Throw it in the mud.
And the zombie clicks up, and the person begins to move around, spinning on a dime to move back towards the southern column.
Right.
And Angel, you are hiding behind the one that it is moving its figure 8 towards, and it is going towards the opposite side where you are. Do you run or do you try and hide from it?
So
Or whatever.
it's like figure 8, like this. You said there's 4 pillars, right?
Yeah, and you're like opposite.
triangular?
You're on the north opposite, where it's at the south. Like it's gonna figure it around and
So
then
like
figure
here?
it around. Yeah.
Okay, when it gets to like behind the pillar, like run across.
Towards Ransom.
Uh,
You've pretty much free exit if you want to leave. Ransom is the opposite side though.
yeah, I'll just.
Okay.
Ransom better hurry up.
Yeah, so you should see Angel take off, and Ransom, you are alone. Would you like to? Yeah.
I was going to say, if I make it to the end, I'm going to rifle through my bag to find like a puck or something just kind of in there. And I would like to.
When you leave this area, you very clearly are in another section of the maze where there will be more paths to take.
Oh, I can't just stand at like the exit because what my
You
idea
guys have
was.
progressed more into the maze, so you can be watching.
Okay, never mind.
If you would like, you can be watching and help.
Yeah.
because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to like grab something, throw it on the other side, so the zombie would take its attention to that side, so
I
Ransom would
see.
have a
Okay.
clear line.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So what do you throw?
Let's just say I have like a ball or a puck in my bag,
Okay.
and I'm going to throw that towards like the maze so that it ruffles whatever hay or whatever.
Yeah, I would say make it a manipulate check is probably the closest intention that you're trying to do. As you throw it, and
That's a 10.
yeah, with a 10 Ransom, you clearly see Brody throw something into the corner that crackles against the hay, and the zombie turns its head. You see the laser point to that side of the hay, and it starts to move its way over. And
Yeah, I'm going to sprint.
yeah, just roll keep cool for me.
You asked me to roll something I'm good at.
I know, right?
Okay, I got an 8.
Good enough. At the last moment, you see it snap up its head back to the left and look at you, and it snarls and it starts running over. But you make it past what you believe to be the boundary of this area, and the rest of you are in another left and right path. And this area, there has been a lot more foot traffic, and it's not as easy to see which way may be right. Can you each give me an investigation check?
How many directions are there?
Just
Guys,
the two.
you know what I was just thinking is that an anagram for Sith is shit.
I got an 11.
I got a 6.
I got a 9.
Okay.
I got
I
a 7.
died from the cringe from his joke.
Can I suffer harm? Like, what is
Yeah, I need to add mental health to this. So I think that's enough successes. You guys kind of pick it off. Yeah, I feel like at this point, it's just kind of like, we went right already once. Let's just go left, and you pick left. And as you go left, you see suddenly the hay maze is no longer open sky. It starts to have like rafters over it that are like kind of spooky, and you see the skeleton hands hanging from below, just about almost at head level. And then you see it gets dark, and there is hay stacks left and right and over and short, and you can see that there's no way you can stand going through this as it gets completely dark towards the path, and you are going to be weaving through things, climbing over them and under them, and this is going to be a combat as a replacement for like strength and athletics, as you have to like work your way up and around things and make your way through this maze. So give me those checks.
Man, my costume's getting all dirty. I've already messed up my makeup.
I rolled a 9.
Okay.
I
mine's
too rolled a 9.
7.
What are we rolling here? Combat?
Combat, yeah.
Combat.
5.
Oh, mine's actually a
Ooh.
6.
Okay.
I lied.
So that is only 2 mixed successes and 2 full failures. So you guys kind of struggle to get through it. There's like, as you get through it into more of the dark, you see like there's just weirdness, like the floor is incredibly uneven. There's suddenly like a sliding pit a little bit, and then the walls are slick and wet, and it just feels like you're not able to like even hold on to anything. And then suddenly you find yourselves in a pit where there's just a bunch of like a chain grid, a mesh. It's a net, is what it is. You climb up the chain net and slowly work your way up. But the two of you are very stuck in it. Can you roll me another combat, or unless you have something else you want?
How about a cult? I'm just joking.
Just trying to think this through.
Can I roll keep cool to like chill
yeah.
myself out and just figure a way out of this? Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Sure.
I'll try and just combat my way through it. The 9.
Okay. And Jimmy, what was yours?
Mine was an 8.
8. Okay. Yeah, you're able to like just center yourself for a moment, like stop worrying about the slipping mud, grab the chains. Angel's just huffing it, army crawling up the chains using the friction of it, gets up over there, and then Jimmy, you pull yourself up. Where you guys break out through this the top of this little pit and work your way around some of the hay bales, and then suddenly like wet slaps of like leather hit you in the face and drift away as you break back out into daylight and you see the open sky above you again. And before you is a witch's hut with 3 doors and 3 entrances on the outside.
Oh.
And the doors are closed.
What is there anything unique about each of the doors? Like any symbols, shape, size of the doors, anything like that?
They're each a different color. There are green, purple, and red.
I take a look at the pad that I was given. Is it still red?
Like the numbers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're red.
That's what I try for the red door.
Okay, you move towards the red door, and it is locked. What do you all do?
I guess I should have seen that coming. I like touch the pad to the door, like maybe it's like a key card.
You're just tapping his timer against the door, but it is still locked. And as you kind of work your way towards that side of the witch's hut, you do see that there is just like an undead farmer kind of leaning up against the haystacks, stuck there.
I'm gonna just look at Angel. Angel, grab that door, and I'm gonna open the other door. We'll try to open it.
Okay. Yeah, I go to whatever door Brody didn't go to check it.
Yeah, so you're each at one of the doors. Brody, as you're wiggling the handle, nothing happens. Angel, you go over there and you start to wiggle it, nothing happens.
Can I take out like a Viewmaster?
Is that like one of those things that like is this?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll use one of my occult scrolls on it.
Okay. All right.
So it's got like runes on the face of it that kind of light up.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And I'm just scrolling through it to see what has happened in this area in the past.
So okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Very good.
I need to roll for this. I'm assuming.
You need to roll occult. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a 10.
With a 10, yeah, you do it. Okay, so let me see your scrolls here. But yeah, you start to look through the viewfinder, and as he raises it to his eyes, anyone's nearby. It's been a long time since you've seen Angel blatantly do anything like this. The first time he even attempted it was in very strange and dangerous situations, fighting what you assume to be creatures and a undead vampire. And you saw his skull pipe would light up with red eyes and create magic smoke that glittered, and his eyes would go white, and it seemed like he was barely himself. And then you see his eyes go white again, and he pulls up a viewfinder which glitters just a little strangely. And Angel, you see this moment flick back as the viewfinder reverses, and each of the frames almost work into an animation where you see 3 kids just rattling at these doorknobs, and then happens to be at the same time they turn the doorknobs and they all open.
Well, okay. Yeah. Let's try all 3 at the same time.
All right, let's do it.
1,
on 3,
2,
like 3.
Assuming you do. Jimmy gives you guys a nod. You turn the handles together, and you each enter into the witch's hut. But you quickly notice that the 3 entrances all diverge into their own sections of the hut. Above it, you can see that there are slots where where you can see the hay roof, but you are each in a third that is sectioned off from the others. And in the room, you see various different things. Each of you see a potion that is of a different color, and notably also a different color than the room that you entered. Within that, you also see a slew of little vials and a cauldron. And Jimmy, would you like to enter into one of these rooms as you notice that the undead farmer's head just turns on a swivel to look at you, and its eyes glitter really brightly, hurts your eyes to look at, and then goes dim.
Sure.
Who would you like to join?
Brody.
Okay. Okay, so Brody in the purple room, Ransom in the red room, Angel, you are in the green room. And as you move in there, you each see a few different vials that are up on a shelf. And then you see the potion bottle of a different color in the room you're in, but is matching those 3 doors, and then a cauldron. You also notice, well, each of you roll an investigation check for me.
Sure.
8.
That's a 12 for me.
10.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah.
7.
That's why I went with Brody.
You notice that right at the top of the wall where all 3 of them converge and there's an open space above, that there is a leather-bound book. Definitely within arm's reach.
I'm going to grab that book.
So you grab the book, and inside it says, each witch needs to create a brew that matches the ingredients listed within. And you look within it, and you see that there is a red potion that has within it the eye of newt and the leg of a frog. And as you start to look up at your vials, you each notice that you have a set of different ingredients within those vials. And Brody, you see that on the pages of the book, there is a red potion with 3 things beside it, and a green potion and a purple potion with 3 things beside it. And
Okay.
Yeah.
And what door did I go in through?
You went through
one or
green.
blue?
Yeah.
Green? Okay. To make the green potion, do I have those ingredients in this room?
You notice that the 3 ingredients that each of you have, if you were to look at them, Brody, you notice that you have 1 of the ingredients for the green potion.
Okay. I'm just going to yell out, Ransom, Angel, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like tissue paper between these walls.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys find the book that's up there? Just above you?
Is there a book for all of us?
Your rooms converge at the center, and the book was just in between all 3, up on
No,
the
You
roof
took
wall.
it.
Oh,
You-
we're all in the same room?
It's like there's 3 walls dividing you, but you're in the same
Yeah,
circle. Okay, you're a pie chart where there's a wall that goes halfway up, and then there's a ceiling. So you can talk to each other. There's open air, but you can't see each other.
Okay.
And we can pass things
I'm gonna-
over then?
Yeah, you can definitely pass things
Yeah.
over.
Okay. I'm going to mention, like, Ransom, you have to mix so and so and so.
Right. So
And
when you
then-
look at Ransom's, which is the red potion, you see that there is a symbol of fire, and there is also the symbol of blood, and there's also the symbol of a butterfly. And looking at your vials, you notice that you have the frog leg and the newt's eye, and moss labeled on yours.
Which is none of the
Okay.
things he needs.
Which is kind of the thing. Okay, I'm gonna look to Angel's fucking wall and just ask him. Angel, what vials do you have in your room?
And Angel, when you look,
Yeah.
and Ransom you as well,
Mhm.
they are black vials with cork stoppers on top.
Okay.
They're just black with like corks.
Do they have a symbol on them?
Do not.
All right.
Ransom, you open one, and it is it is immediately a smell, and you smell maybe no, I won't make you roll for it. It's pretty obviously like a very flowery smell.
Anybody need flowers?
And Brody, looking at the purple, you see the image of lilacs for the purple potion.
Purple needs it, and that was Angel's
You're
store.
in purple.
I'm in green.
He's green room, you're
I'm
purple.
green. You're green.
Yeah,
You're purple.
Did you swap it? Okay, I don't remember.
I'm green. He's purple.
Okay, whichever
Okay.
color you are, it'll still make the same sense. So
Okay, I'm gonna like stick a hand out. I need that.
Wait. Yep. Oh wait. There you go.
I'm gonna.
The
and I'm
contact
just-
in first.
I'm like going to look at it, see how it doesn't have a symbol. How did you know this was flowery?
Use my nose, man. You follow my
I
nose.
just
I'm gonna
immediately
look
start
at you and be
talking
like,
Can't see him.
one at a time.
And as you start to look at the individual things you have, could you each just make an investigation check as you just immediately started smelling through the stoppers and see which things you have?
have-
11.
I rolled a 13.
8.
I rolled a 7, but I'm in his room, so I'm just watching at this point, really just enjoying what's happening.
Yeah, there's witchy things all over the walls.
This is
like
cool,
yeah,
man. Yeah, they really spent some time on
Tries.
this. Okay.
This is some pretty high quality crepe paper.
Yeah.
AP paper. Okay, it looks like maybe you guys succeeded.
I rolled an 8.
Yeah. So I think as you're smelling through them and Brody's listing off the different ingredients, you start to pick off that some of them you start to smell, and it is the thing that they say. The fire, you notice to be cinnamon, and it is needed for Angel's potion, and you start to pass them around. And Angel, some of yours don't really smell like anything, and then you feel down into one of them, and you see the water rise, and another eyeball comes up, and you see that, and one of the another potions needed another eye, and all these different things as you start to pass them over the walls and start to make the correct potions, and put them into your cauldrons. And then Brody, on the next page, it just says to convince the farmer to drink one of your potions.
One of the potions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to relay that to the rest of the team.
Okay.
It doesn't say anything else. It just says we have to give him one.
Alright.
Sure. I mean, it's a zombie, right? We just force feed him.
Sure. I'll let you do that.
We got this. Okay. And I just like turn on my heel. Walk out.
So you each have one of your cauldrons, which is the vials in them, and a potion sitting within it. And you go up and you see the farmer looks kind of zombie-like, is just kind of leaning there, looking straight ahead.
Does it appear to be animatronic, or does it appear to be like a dude in a suit?
Just kind of looks like maybe a costume, but it's very still.
Okay, I like give him a little push.
He just falls over limply in the chair.
Perfect. And I grab his head.
And you hear a voice come out and say, No, that won't do.
Come on, you're thirsty, Farmer John.
I am pretty thirsty.
Well, tell Uncle Ransom what you need.
Trying to sweet talk the fucking robot?
Yeah.
I do want
There
a
to
drink.
win.
I would like a drink of something I used to remember.
What do you
What's
remember?
You gotta help me out
Water?
here.
Do you remember?
Oh, I don't know. Something from my past.
Does he have like a-
zombie farmer?
Is there anything like on him or in his vicinity that would?
Yeah, I start like checking his overalls.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
And there's nothing else in the book.
No.
It's a 6.
That's a 5.
I'm like holding the paper up to the moon, like just to see if there's any invisible writing. There's gotta be something here.
I will investigate as well.
Okay.
That's a 10.
10. Did you actually roll that 11 for the investigator, or are you just still looking at the book?
I'm still looking at the book.
Okay,
They
that's
can
irrelevant.
deal with this.
Yeah. So Jimmy, as you are looking over the farmer, you actually see that in his pocket, there is in his chest pocket. As you open it, there is a sprig of like lilac in there, and then there is a paper at the bottom of it.
I'll grab that.
And as you open up the paper, it just says, "I've always hated lilacs."
Not. Don't give him the lilac, guys. It's not gonna be good.
They're not Brody's then.
Yeah, no.
I've always hated lilacs. He just repeats word for word.
All right,
Okay,
thanks, man.
what do you like?
Roll manipulate.
Of course. Good at the- 9.
You know, I would tell a friend anything that I like. My friends are the ones that get me my favorite tool.
Oh, you need a hoe.
Like, I knew one of us was going to say it.
What is
Is
a
there-
rake?
And
Is there any tools near here?
yeah, all you see is that they're on the opposite side. Oh my god.
Like, I'm
I love
embarrassed
that-
for me. But
I love that your target audience is you.
Yeah.
yeah.
You just see at the opposite side that there is a collection of like farming implements stuck into the hay. And
I'm gonna bring like 3 or 4 of them.
yeah,
Like,
there's
nope,
3.
nope, nope.
Yeah, there's just
Okay, I'm gonna bring all 3.
a pitchfork, a shovel, and a scythe.
I'm gonna put
Okay.
each one in his hand until he says something.
Only one of these will do.
Which
what kind
one?
of a farmer are you?
That's a good question.
Roll manipulate.
I will use a luck.
Holy shit. Okay.
You don't understand how low my manipulate is. Yeah, so 12.
He just looks at you very jerkily and kind of lifts over and says, well, it's a hay maze after all.
My hand in the pitchfork.
He takes the pitchfork and he just kind of like gives a nod of the head that falls over, and you see his head loll off to the side, and there is definitely the sign of a pitchfork that stabbed him through the neck. And he points his way to the exit, where you see 2 giant doors beyond a little bit of the hayway, and you run toward it.
You see, I'm like looking at my potion like
Don't bring it. Don't do it.
No, man. Maybe it'll be good.
And as you sprint through the doorways and stop, you see one of the attendants there grab the device from you and hit a pause on it, lift it up, and go, "Whew, that was very, very close to being very, very unfortunate. The 30-minute prize is not a very good prize. Here you are." And you see she turns around and she points towards a pedestal where there is another attendant working, and says, "But you'll have to be just a moment." As you turn around and you see 2 police officers standing beside, talking to the prize attendant as you exit kind of
I hide.
towards a bit of an empty
I'm out.
field.
Yeah,
I'm
we
out
hide.
of there.
Yeah, 100% we hide.
Okay, Jimmy and Brody, you can do keep cool or stealth to just slip away.
I'm the dude. I'm always cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a keep cool.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, me
That's
too.
a
I think.
6.
Anymore.
That's a 13.
Okay. Are you how are you going like back in the maze around? Are you leaving the area completely?
No,
just
I want
succeeded
to. I
enough.
want to stay in the area, personally. But like, I'm just gonna be like, behind people so that no one, they don't see me.
Okay.
Like, if I have to, like, I'll like go up against somebody perfectly matching their back
Okay.
and their movements.
All right.
Like the cartoon cutout in a wall.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to the robot and just pretend that I'm still trying to figure out the maze.
Okay.
Or
So
this-
Brody is out of here. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm out.
All right. So, you, Ransom and Angel, you stick around, just kind of like sitting with the other attendant, who's just like, yeah, they just kind of been questioning for a few minutes. So, I imagine they'll be
Oh,
gone
yeah.
in a moment. And you can get your prize.
What's the prize, by the way?
It kind of changes, based on what's left. So, you guys have gotten here pretty early. There should be some good stuff, but you get some picks. So,
Okay.
Well,
That's
I
nice.
will say one of the things is free drinks from the Spider Shack. So
Ooh.
you just get
Shouldn't
that.
let Brody have that.
Okay, I don't know you guys. I don't know who that is. But anyway, and you guys begin to hear the cops. Can you make an investigation check? I would say, but Brody, you are out of here.
Oh yeah, I'm gone.
I was gonna say because I'm like still kind of around. Am I able to?
Yeah,
make
you're
that
trying
work?
to. You are definitely feeling in harm's
Don't worry
way
about it.
should things go south. But
That's a 5. Just
7.
okay, so you can just barely overhear them talking. You see, it's just an officer standing off to the side, and another one questioning the attendant, and they say, and there's just no sight of him. We just thought maybe he'd be around here, but nobody's seen him. And if you're sure he's not within the maze, then we could do a quick look through. But I don't know. Maybe he's just not here. It seems to. It's Halloween, stuff's weird. And you see the partner of this officer with the radio up to their ear, and then they nod and they go over to the other officer and tap them, and they just say, "There's been a 1056 or whatever. They got some suspicious guy down Lakeside. I don't know. He's walking around aimlessly. He's no shoes on. I don't know. Does that sound like anything?" And the other officer looks back to him and says, "On Halloween, yeah, that sounds like." And he just looks around like 15 people in my view. So he takes the radio from his partner. "Yeah, we checked that out. Definitely nothing wrong. It's Halloween. They seem fine. Nothing to report." And clicks it off. He looks to his partner. He's like, gives him a shrug. They're like, "All right, maybe let's go get a drink or something." The partner says, "But no more rum." Like, "Yeah, definitely. Let's get the hell out of here. Get some beer." And they take off.
Small town heroes, these guys.
And the other attendant with the prize, with the chest up on the pedestal, says, "Oh, come on over."
All right,
Cool.
time to get that MacGuffin.
oh, I didn't realize. Yeah. It's
Oh, so your timer, that is great. Under 30 minutes, you do get entered into a secret raffle. If you're willing, one of you, I need a phone number. We'll call you when we actually draw the results.
Yeah. My name's Jimmy. Here's my number, and I give my number immediately before anybody else has a chance.
She
You can
takes
take
your
all of
number.
our number for this, right?
Probably just one, man. I
tried-
got a pager and stuff. It's okay. We got it.
Jimmy, you want to roll manipulate?
Yeah. Okay.
If you really want this, she's
No. Oh, I do really want this. It's just my manipulated. Ballin'. It's a 7.
you know what? You bring
Would you
me.
prefer a landline number?
No, actually, it doesn't. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fine. You guys, you trust each other, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
of
fine.
course.
So, within a few days, they'll probably call back, and there's a grand prize, like a big thing. But for today, you got under 30 minutes. So you're into the raffle. That's awesome. You get she hands like 9 drink tickets. These are for free drinks, however you like them. At the Spider Shack if you want, and also you get these. And she pulls out a bunch of masks that are definitely. And she looks to Ransom and says, "Well, you won't need this, but it is Darth Maul mask." And you see one of them is absolutely your favorite Gungan.
No, you did.
You got one that is just a kid, vaguely looks like Anakin. One that looks like Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon. What do you say?
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
And these were sponsored. I'm sorry. She just hands them off to you.
I gotta ask, Aaron.
Yeah.
Does any of them, raise the hairs on the arm for a little bit of like magic going on?
Yeah, they're full of midichlorians.
I would roll a cult for me. Yeah.
They're off the scale, frankly.
Yeah, roll a cult.
Before you roll, did the police officers end up leaving the way that we came in, or did they leave another way?
No, they just went off a different way. Definitely leaving the park.
Okay.
They mentioned, getting a drink,
Yeah.
beer and stuff. So you got an 8,
A 10.
A 10. Oh yeah, you know for sure. Yeah, no midichlorians at all. These are pretty shoddily made, like promo items, and
Definitely taking the Jar Jar Binks mask.
Put it on the back of your
Wait,
head.
I thought we got to choose something.
Yeah, from these masks, you can have whichever one you want. There's just
Oh,
there's enough for you could all be Jar Jar if you want. Like that's totally fine.
Are these
No.
like rubber masks or just like the face thing?
No,
They're
these are
pretty
definitely
straight.
the face masks that like tear if you pull the elastic too
Yeah,
hard.
they're not
Yeah.
great.
oh, thanks. This is really cool.
Hey guys, maybe the true prize was.
No,
the
I'm gonna need you to
friendships we
shut
made.
up. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, no, the big prize is the raffle. That's the big thing. And if you
What
go
do we
under
win?
15 minutes, there is like some really good stuff back. We're talking like new bikes, like all this crazy stuff. But you got in the raffle. You got there by like 37 seconds. That was really close. So,
Has anybody done this in 15 minutes?
oh, there was some kids earlier, like that just like cruised through it like incredibly fast.
Yeah.
They may have an upper hand because like the athletic trials, like they're small, they can just wiggle through the whole thing easy. I don't know, but
Jerks.
yeah.
If we like
Oh, it's
flip
fine.
you $5, can we get like one of the better prizes?
I can just give you more drink tickets. We have
Yeah.
so many of these.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. She just unspools a bunch and just hands them to you.
Nice. Well, it's been a good night, guys. Let's go get some spider cider.
I think back to where I parked my car. Is it fine to stay where it is overnight?
You're not so sure that it would be. It is a few blocks away. You just pick the closest spot. Not sure.
Like if you want, you can crash to my place.
No, like I'd be down to
And we
do
can just
that.
walk back in the morning.
Just
I still want my
man,
car to get towed.
that's the thing. Do they tow or do they just give you the $25 overnight parking fee?
I'm gonna
It's
spend
Halloween,
$25.
man. Do you think they're really gonna bother with that tonight?
Oh,
Kind of feel like you're right.
Those cops didn't want to do their job tonight. You think a meter maid's going to?
maybe.
Nah, we're probably fine, right? It's one night. It's
Yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah, we can get blasted on cider and then just crash at my place.
Yeah, but it's Gwen. Right? It's-
She'll be
Good
fine,
car.
no doubt. Honestly,
I'm proud of you, Ransom, for that one, man. That was good. Well done.
clap
I
on the
also
shoulder.
I also hated it.
I know.
Okay,
Let's
that's
go
Brody.
get some drinks.
I think you went to go harass the robot more.
All right. Well, whatever.
Poor farmer.
He'll show up eventually.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Have a good night.
Yeah, no problem. And Brody, you see that the officers are gone. You see your friends leaving.
Wait up! Wait up!
Like, hold out the spool of drink tickets.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, didn't
You
you guys
see-
drive?
yeah, that's not important. God, these contacts are itchy. Let's
take him out,
go.
man.
it's still Halloween.
Is Angel wearing the mask?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, why wouldn't he?
I'm gonna be like, that's a sweet looking mask, man.
Best character in the franchise, baby. All 3 movies. Let's go.
I just
haven't.
boom
wait.
in head, just smack him with the my lightsaber. No.
How do you know he's gonna be in the next 2 movies?
Well, why wouldn't they put him in all 3 movies? A great character. He's the comic relief. You need it in a Star Wars movie.
I guess you can never kill off those characters,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen the movie yet, so
Your dad
I just
owns
I don't want
like
to talk about this.
a movie rental place. What do you mean you have?
It's true. You've seen a very small amount of movies, man, and I don't really understand why.
I got hockey. I got to keep up my grades, and honestly, I've been watching like Dateline and Unsolved Mysteries. That's
Yeah.
top notch quality.
Brody, man, I've been meaning to ask you about that. It can't be that hard for you to get a date. Just ask a girl. That's all you gotta do is talk to them. What do you gotta watch a show for tips for?
It's one
I
elemental
don't-
damage.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed or anything, Jimmy, but you know, we did carry a dead man, and we brought them
You're
to
just
a
here
river.
to talk
which
about this
we-
in public. That's
It's Halloween. It's
very-
okay.
listen,
Very
man. I don't think
quietly.
I'm the smartest
Listen.
person here, but God, that's dumb.
Yeah, but that was in the latest episode of Date Night. You should definitely watch it.
Of date night.
It's the,
What?
you know that
Hold
show
on. I got a
Dateline.
question. Is this like a limit date? Like, is it like the same kind of premise, or
Jimmy,
This is like the honeymoon
it's like
show?
a news show. It's a news show, guys. It's like
Oh.
2020
huh?
or 60 Minutes.
I don't have
Yeah,
cable.
God,
Talk about
oh my God, you guys need to like read books or something. I don't know.
I watch MTV.
Yeah, it shows. Excuse me. Sorry. Something stuck in my throat.
Anyway, there's nothing else to do except for obviously getting more drinks. But I got the pictures in my backpack. Maybe we can figure out
Yeah,
what
we
was.
We can look through them.
I don't know why we're whispering now, but let's go get drunk and look at the pictures. Get drinks.
That sounds
go
like
back
a
to
very
Angels.
different kind of
There
evening,
was also
man.
the cops talking about that like homeless guy who's wandering about.
I don't want to go hang out with homeless people, dude.
Well, it's like suspicious person.
What else were they talking about? I wasn't honestly really paying attention. I didn't hear anything.
I don't know. They kind of waved it off, but there was like a suspicious person wandering around. Aaron, I can't remember the street you said.
They just said towards
Lakeside.
the lake. Like Lakeside
Towards
is,
the
it's
lake,
not like an
yeah.
actual written thing. It's just, Willow Lake. You guys have been there.
And he like didn't have shoes on. But it's kind
Is there a
of
lot
weird
of
thing.
Sorry, go on. Sorry.
But no, there's not a lot of homeless people. There are a few, it's a pretty small
Campers.
town. Yeah, a few campers. For the most part, they are more like
Vagrants.
yeah, and like people that you've seen around town, almost more just choosing to live a lot in the campsites and in the wilderness, and there's not a lot of just like people on the street. It's not that kind of.
I don't know. Should we?
I don't get it, man. If they were here, why were they here? If there was some homeless guy walking around town, why were they here?
Oh, they're
Think-
looking for somebody who's missing. It might have been that guy from the like
you
the
think
House
it
of
was
Mirrors.
What, Floyd?
They're still looking for Floyd? Yeah,
Yeah, was it Floyd? Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Maybe it's Floyd wandering around the lake without shoes on.
I don't know, man, how you guys are being so nonchalant about this. Last time somebody went missing, we had a really bad week.
But
Yeah,
Really
but
bad
we did-
week.
But it ended on a good note.
What part of that was the good note for you? Was it the I don't want to say out we're in public. What part of that made you happy?
Magic.
But Angel, as you say that, you remember a moment in the abandoned dockhouse by the lake where, your eyes lit up and your mind blurred a little, and Madison was held 3 feet into the air, wrapped in silver chains that were burning her skin black.
Mhm.
And then you remember later, she was unable to get that body onto the lake like you guys needed. And she needed blood to do it. You gave her yours. And you remember that something surged in both directions, but on an almost instinctual
did.
whim, like you felt something itching within your blood. And with your instincts, you use one of your scrolls to stop something that was happening. But at the same time, you saw Madison's eyes go fully white as she dragged that body ferociously under the water. And you remember that itch stopping completely as you use one of your scrolls at that moment.
Mhm.
And you just remember that the magic has never always been fully in your control.
No. But I'm getting better at it.
Yeah, and it's something you
Just
learned a little
It's
bit,
been like a year of practice.
a year of practice and understanding more, and somehow the equivalent of a "that's what she said" joke just doesn't get to you at that level because of the magic in your body.
He doesn't have to tuck it up into his waistband anymore. No, sir.
Yeah, but it has it and it feels good. So, it's more of a hobby at this point.
God fucking damn it, I'm dying.
You started that, Peaches.
And as you guys kind of make your way towards the Spider Cider Shack, you can see that they're starting to wrap up. It's nearing almost midnight, and they're not too picky about what they're handing out. You hand over all the tickets, and they quickly put together the drinks however you like them. And you are arms full with drinks. And the happy face says, "Well, I hope you enjoy them." And then the sad face cuts in and says, "But you got to hide them outside. That's we don't care in here, but when you get out there, you got to hide them."
We'll have them drunk by then.
Okay, that sounds great. And you see lots of droves of people like kind of heading their way out as like midnight's approaching. You look around, across the festivities. You make your way down the town hall, where Jimmy, you see like a river of blood moving through it as the people make their way to the exit, and people make their way out, and large crowds go outside. And what would you guys like to do?
So are we going to the lake or what's happening?
No, I don't want to go to the lake.
We've had all these drinks at this point, yes?
Oh yeah. You can say you're sipping and drinking as you're slowly milling about the exit and winding down.
As why don't we go back to Angel's house and we'll look at the picture?
Mario Kart?
Yeah, sure. We can head back.
Okay. As you slowly walk your way, the 10, 15 minutes towards where Jimmy parked his car, Ransom, you parked in a slightly different place and have to move, 5 minutes away on your own. Do you guys pile into Jimmy's car, or how do you split up?
Oh, no. If I've been drinking, I'm going to walk.
Yeah, so it's a bit longer, but we can just walk.
You can put the drinks in my backpack. It'll be okay.
No,
So-
it's okay.
I don't think we have lids.
I gotta go get my bike.
No.
Wait here for me.
My bike.
I
Like,
didn't realize
quickly-
Brody's voice goes that high when he's drunk.
I need my bike.
Listen, you. I'll be back. I'm gonna go grab my bike
Okay.
and just like carry it.
Brody,
You carry it. You're not walking with it. You're actually carrying the bike
yeah. It's so much
like a
easier.
sand person.
Exactly. Brody, as you walk back, your vision's blurred, your movement not quite under your control. You find yourself wading through opposite faces, crowds as they move past you. You see the face of someone rotting, someone that you vaguely remember as they flick past in the crowd. You see the face of police officers, one that is burning for some reason, on fire as they drift away through the crowd. As you're stumbling forward, just trying to remember where it is that you put your bike, you see a bloated person, a bloated body turning from a lake bed, rising up, seeing sunlight. As you find yourself, for a moment, leaning against a tree, having slept maybe, or just taken a second to catch yourself, you don't remember. And the streets, for the most part, are beginning to empty. You're not quite sure how much time has passed. But Ransom and Jimmy and Angel, you're growing tired of waiting. Not coming back. You said you'd meet at Angel's.
He's really drunk. We should probably look for him.
We can. We said we meet at your house, though. So
Yeah, but
I
if he's
mean-
that drunk, he can't get back here. How's he gonna get to my place?
carefully.
Yeah, let's double back and then we can make our
Alright.
way to my place.
As you guys begin to leave the place where your cars are sort of nearby, and you begin to make your way towards where Brody had put his bike, closer to where the festival itself is, the streets become dark, sparse. Halloween itself has been closed for maybe 20 minutes, 30. Can't really remember how long you were waiting there, just sitting by the car, maybe playing music from it, waiting.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Brody just didn't come back. And Brody, you remember seeing that face, seeing sunlight by the lake, and you feel like that'd just be really fresh, that'd be really nice. And then you get up and you start walking towards your bike, and you see it there standing under a street light, and you get on it. With Ransom, Jimmy, and Angel, can you each give me an investigation check?
Hell yeah.
I will try and succeed.
12.
And succeed just barely.
9.
7.
You get there, and for a moment, you guys just see that's Brody's bike, right? It's right there under that streetlight. He's nowhere near it though.
How did he miss this? Like, he's the only one with those big frilly things on the handlebars.
It's my sister's bike, okay?
Yeah, I don't know. I look around for him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Brody.
Man.
Yeah, you start to pan out, moving around like the iron rod gate that kind of circles the festival itself, moving in a 3-point direction, search team almost. Make sure you don't miss any spot. And each of you just start to feel a little woozy, just a little dark around the edges. And for a moment, just feel a little tired. And then you open your eyes. And you find yourselves just slightly askew, leaning against something nearby. Just drank a lot, I guess, is the feeling that comes across your mind. And thinking maybe you're better together rather than apart. You stumble your way back towards where Brody is. And there he is, right on his bike, leaning against the lamppost, head against it, sound asleep.
Wait, how did we miss him?
I don't know, man. Too many drink tickets?
I don't feel so great.
Yeah, me neither.
We should just get going.
Yeah.
Brody, could I just pick up a pebble? Ugh. Just toss it at him.
And Brody, you open your eyes and you see some asshole on the beach throwing rocks at you as he hits your body as it bloats away from the impact, and you just feeling the waves rushing against you. And then you open your eyes and you see Ransom, and you're on the street, and you're suddenly awake.
How was I here the whole time?
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
You
But I feel like my
passed
floor. Yeah, no, I remember going to the lake.
No,
I
dude,
I was
you're-
just there.
No way
Yeah.
you were at the lake.
Nah, man. Let's
Oh,
just
let's
get back
just-
to Angel's place.
Just call it a night.
Yeah.
Wow. Is there anybody else around now, or is it just the 4 of us?
It's pretty much just the 4 of you, yeah. Like maybe you see like 1 or 2 people walking in the streets, but it's like almost 1 in the morning now.
I'm surprised we haven't been chased off, honestly.
Yeah.
We should. Excuse me. We should definitely get going.
Yeah.
And as you kind of make your way through the dark streets, sticking to street lamps, sticking together, 120 clicks around, and you guys see that Telltale building, the both of your workplaces, the pizza place and the movie place, and Angel's house right above them both.
And is the movie marathon still going?
You can see that it is dimmed and there is fewer people, and you can see the gray and white projection shooting out into that parking lot, and you can tell that Blair Witch is definitely right in the middle of it. And you're at the.
Man, what a weird night.
Yeah.
It was fun.
That was pretty cool. Though.
We have those pictures to go over, but let's wait until tomorrow, probably.
Yeah.
And hey, there's a raffle. We might win a prize.
Yeah, maybe.
What is the prize? Did you guys ask?
They said the prize was a raffle, but they didn't tell us what the prize for the raffle was.
Oh, that's
They have
weird.
our phone
We
number.
didn't think to
though.
ask. It's okay. It's probably just like some MLM scheme or something, just trying to get people's numbers.
What's obviously, Angel, outside of your bed, what is the most comfiest place to fall asleep at?
Oh, it's definitely the Kenny Rogers chicken booths.
Yeah.
Like, there's no question.
Yo, I get the booth tonight. I love that booth. You still have that booth, right? It's been
Yeah.
yeah.
You guys
I
make
get
your
that
way
booth.
up.
Down,
Yeah.
so it's like one flat surface, and you can go across the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh,
And as you guys make your way up to Angels, I assume, not opting to go watch Blair Witch
No.
with things, as blurry as they already are. You can hear the audience. You can hear gasps, and you can hear whispers as you start to close the door. Like, did you know this is real? And
don't go in there.
I just kind of like give myself like a small little like. Ransom made good choices.
and leaning against the sides of the stairways, you make your way up to the door of Angel's apartment itself. Clicking open the lock, you move inside, start to settle in. Brody lowering the table, putting down the cushions and blankets that make it actually work as a bed, and you rest into it. That smell of chicken wafts up out of it. That seems to never
Puts
leave.
me to sleep. Yeah, puts me right to bed.
And immediately your eyes close, that chicken roasting, the fire of that chicken, the hand in that fire burning, the yellow thing that crawled across the street, that moved its way across your world almost. It seemed to be some kind of cocoon, you remember, and it burned and it crackled and it screamed and it just came towards wherever there was movement. You remember that so vividly. Remember that hand in the blood, and the fire washes it all away, and you see the lake and you're resting, bobbing up and down in the lake, as the rest of you start to move your way into wherever you may be sleeping, setting things up, moving around your apartment.
I do my usual end the evening ritual, which is, you boot up the computer and I load up the game.
Yeah, and as you guys start to find your ways into sleep and rest, and be it in extra beds or sleeping bags, Angel, you click on the computer and that blue light washes over the room. You just feel this itch, this draw. It's just something, something you've wanted to do in the back of your mind for maybe the whole day. The whole day was leading up to this, and you click it on and the game boots up, and you see the red and green display, and at that moment, as you begin to click through it, the radio crackles on. Muffled in Brody's backpack, it begins to crackle, and you can all hear speech. Brody, even in your dream, you hear the sound of radios just crackling. And for you, this has become what most people would use an alarm clock, and you use this, and you jerk awake, and you hear that crackling and definite speech within your backpack.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it out and go, guys, quiet, and then just bump up the volume.
And for a moment, you just hear static as Angel. Why don't you just give me a roll here?
Sure. Anything you want me to add to the roll?
No.
I rolled a 3.
As you're playing through the game, you notice that there is strangeness to the puzzles. Usually there's sense in it. There's something that makes sense. You can, the little pixels that speak to you, you can understand what there is that they're trying to say. And today it's nothing but swirls. It hardly even looks like English. You're pretty sure none of this is English. It's strange scrawls and scratches. And that draw to play this thing, that itch to be satisfied, to actually play something that's entertaining and like scratches that part of your brain that like makes you feel smart for having solved it, it goes unsatisfied. And the game says just game over, click, bleep, turns off.
Maybe next time.
And in that moment, Brody, the radio crackles back. This time full voices as it's scanning through. It stops on a dime, and you hear, we got that 1056. We got another report just maybe 10 minutes ago. Is there anything going on there? And you hear the response, just a slightly slurred voice on the other end say, yeah, we checked it out earlier. You know, it's nothing. It's Halloween. Probably just some weirdo dressed up trying to give people a scare. I don't know. Nothing important. And then on the other end you hear, are you sure? The description absolutely matches who we're looking for. Is there anyone out there? Is there anyone else on shift able to take a look? Lakeside? Is there anyone? And you hear it crackle and snap. And you hear the reverse of voices coming through on the other end as something angry cracks. And you hear slamming, and you hear the sound of glass. And you hear the radio fizzle out. And then it's silent.
Shit.
No.
I'm gonna like slap myself like I'm awake, right? I'm just. You guys heard this too?
Mhm.
Was it just me?
Yeah, no. Whoever that was by the lake that they saw before, like, something's going on.
Guys.
Coffee?
Yeah, is there weird shit happening again?
Don't say that, man. Please.
Weird shit's been happening to me for the last year. I don't know about you guys.
I got promoted to manager and like won a little bit of my parents' respect. So you're right, it has been weird shit.
I just took a road trip, man. That was it. I've really been trying to forget everything that happened.
Oh.
Yeah. Nothing's really weird happened to me. I mean, I just stay inside most days.
I grabbed 4 cups of water and put them in the microwave.
God, that hurts me as a person.
Yo,
I think the coffee's in the fridge.
You do know it says not to do that, right? It's just in the container. You can put it in the.
It's instant
grounded coffee. Yeah,
No,
it doesn't say to
instant
put
coffee.
it. Oh, instant coffee.
Yeah, like,
I
I
was
didn't
thinking-
grind this at the grocery store. I bought it. Like, this is Maxwell's instant coffee. This is nothing special.
Yeah. That's kind of gross.
Yeah, but it's gonna do.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm so tired, but we need to check this out, right? Because clearly, small town heroes aren't doing anything about this.
I try and deal with spooky shit all the time.
Like,
What do you mean?
Let's be guys, let's be honest here. Wait, think of what happened last year, and Brody, like what you've been paranoid about. Jimmy, what you've been worried about. And they've either not caught on to us or have chosen not to. They're not doing anything. And if somebody's stuck by Lakeside, and it's the guy that they've been looking for, if it's this Floyd guy, and nobody's helping them, we're in a position to help.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but like you said, if weird stuff happened last year and hasn't happened till now, till we all came home.
You know what?
well, I
it
came
might-
home, and Jimmy.
It might not even be anything weird. It could just be lazy cops. You know, but like if that guy's out there wondering, it's the end of October, man, and the guy is apparently barefooted. Like, he's gonna get sick or like, I don't know, get tetanus or something. Like, at the very least, we can go help this guy out. Give him a ride home.
Oh, okay, fine, but we gotta come up with an excuse for being at the lake. It would just be kind of weird if we were just all there at the lake.
It's Halloween, And
Halloween.
we're a bunch of guys in our 20s.
Yeah. Like, we
Yeah,
just
but
wanted
it's-
to go see the Halloween
Looking about.
lake.
It's
Yeah,
still
maybe
almost
Don't
curfew
bring
early.
the
more.
police radio with you.
Yeah. It's
That
not like there's a
is
curfew,
good
man. It's
idea.
fine.
I hand everybody a triple scoop coffee, and then take out that pack of Dentine Ice you saw from a year ago and give everybody one piece of gum. Because we need
Thanks,
to cure
man.
some poison.
You know what? For anyone who partakes in the microwave coffee and gum chaser, year-old gum chaser, you can roll a keep cool to maybe shake off some of the blur.
All right. 8.
That's a 6.
10.
Uh,
And Angel,
You
you
need
can
to
roll
roll.
help out in general. You're just making everyone's.
rolled an 11.
Yeah, I'd say pretty much everyone gets a
It's
success
12 with a plus
Okay.
one.
then. Even
but-
yeah, you crushed it.
Perfect.
So everyone gets I think maybe even a +2 on that. Let me double check. At least a +1 for everyone. I think that brings it up to a minimum of 7.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like a 12 for me now.
Yeah. So Ransom, yeah, you were clear. Something about just the thought of that person wandering the night, and maybe the coffee and the gum helped, but you feel clear-minded. Jimmy, you're not so bad either. Yeah, Brody, you're a little fuzzy, but capable.
Okay.
All right. So,
Let's just be careful this time. Let's just bring gloves just in case. I'm like gonna double check. I have gloves in my pocket or in my bag. Maybe I'll bring an extra pair if nobody
Got a
else
quick
has one.
makeshift burglary kit in your backpack?
It's not a burglary kit. It's a prevention kit. Is what I like to
Oh.
call it.
that reminds me, Angel, you got any bobby pins? I broke my lockpicks. Just,
Why would I have bobby pins?
I don't know. Pretty weird.
What?
I'm kidding. I don't know. I just figured bobby pins are something everybody's got around.
Most people would say because of my flowing long hair, but no,
Well, I'm not most people.
clearly.
Yeah.
No, I don't have bobby pins.
All right. That's fine then. Do you have Robert pins? I know some of them like to be called by their. It's not important. We gotta go.
I hand him the wooden pair of chopsticks that from leftover Chinese food. Maybe you can use that.
I like grab your nose, like, boop. Yes. I just stuff them in my Sith robe.
Perfect.
Hey,
And,
man, you
like,
should probably change.
You're right. Yeah, and I do. I just take 5
Thanks.
minutes to pull the contacts out. Like I fell asleep in the costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah.
Just
But
roll it.
look, I'll drive tonight, guys.
Fair.
I'm gonna bring my car, but okay.
Yeah. All right. Just yeah. That's more car, more better. I guess it's probably fine.
Yeah. We need to
Cool.
split up or something. We can a lot easier than before.
That's true. Okay. Cool. And break.
All right.
You guys
I
get
grab my
together.
pipe.
Yeah, you grab your things, the things that become somewhat to you guys as security blankets, maybe forgotten in the last year, but things that in the moment feel more necessary. And you make your way down to the street. It's the cold October air, I guess technically November now. And you make your way back, that half an hour-ish walk, but this time with less blur around the edges and more strength in your legs. You make there back in good time. 20 minutes or so, you each find your cars. Ransom and Jimmy separately. Who goes with who?
Go 2 by 2.
Yeah, we'll go with Jimmy.
Okay.
All right, Angel.
Right. As you guys pack up into your cars, you maybe roll sense danger for me.
All of us?
We all agree
That's
to
not
meet at
ominous.
the west exit or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes? Yeah. That will be a 10 for sense danger.
9.
7 for
Okay.
me.
Everyone, as you're scanning the streets, you just that chill going up your spine. Brody, you especially thinking like any moment now, cops are going to come by. Just at least patrolling, right? It's Halloween. People got to at least patrol, but the streets are dead. There's no one out. You don't see anything. Brody, in one way that's good. you don't see them. Another way, it feels very bad that you don't see them, and you don't see anyone. You click on the headlights. Each of you starting up, moving your way down the street, one following behind the other as you make your way towards Willow Lake. In the 20 minutes that go by, does music feel appropriate?
Oh, I'm definitely going to use the Jimmy Jam ability
Okay.
for Brody and myself for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
I think to lift the spirits, and because I also double checked to make sure that we're in the right timeline here, I'm gonna play Enema of the State because I would have the CD for that.
Nice.
With probably a couple listens at least through both All the Small Things and What's My Age Again.
Okay. And Brody, that make the roll for
Yep. Sec. Ooh, that's a 7. So
that's not bad, right?
he gets a +1, but I can't reuse the ability for a while.
Okay. So as you're playing it, Brody, in the passenger seat, the songs help. They soothe things over. Towards the end of Enema of the State, you start, just the motifs are a little too on the nose for you. And you just kind of look to Jimmy as you just turn down the volume, gives you a nod. You feel better, but the silence is helping you calm without thinking too much on the red and blue thoughts in your mind. As every time you start to lean back and drift, you see that fire and then the lake and then the fire and then the lake, and then the sirens and then the police cars slamming shut with you in the back. And then the cars come to a stop as you guys pull in towards Willow Lake. There is a parking lot that you are somewhat familiar with, raised up, overlooking the descent to the beach. You see the willow trees there, and you pull out into the cool air, arriving there one after another, and looking around. Can you each give me an investigation check?
Sure.
Heck yeah.
May I inquire as to whether or not having the headlights left on, flooding down over the beach would help us in our investigation?
You know what? Yeah, I would say +2 for everyone.
Okay, that's gonna bring me to a 12.
Likewise.
It's a
Likewise.
easy 6.
Even
With a
with,
+2? Oh my god, dude.
A 1 and a 3, baby.
Ninja fell asleep in the passenger seat.
Yeah. So Brody, what'd you roll? If you'd rolled?
12.
12. Okay, so you're all looking out towards the lake, and then turning around, looking through the parking lot a little bit. When Angel, you definitely hear the sound of footsteps, and you're looking around, and you hear it get louder, and then you hear that voice yell out, "Help! Help me!" And then you spin on a dime, all of you turning over to look at Angel, and you see a wide-eyed old man kind of run towards you, grabbing onto your arms and looking at each of you. And then he looks over the lake. "You walked in. You just walked right in. It's just like last time. They didn't believe me then. They won't believe me now. Oh God." And that's where we're gonna end it.
Yeah. Fade to black. Executive producer Aaron.
You think this guy's a custodian also? You think he's just gonna be a nice, relaxing custodian?
You rolled
Brody's
nice
gonna
and high.
Potentially break.
It is not the custodian, but it does seem to just be an old man at the moment.
Damn. Okay.
All right then.
So thanks everybody. As the end of the Halloween festival wrap up, there's still in the town many more days of festivities, but maybe they won't feel right for the guys. Who knows? As we will pick up next time with the man streaming for help at the lake. We're the casual ones. We stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can catch our RPG shows. And my throat is completely dried out, so we got to end it now.
On Saturdays, we do the casual morning show.
Yes.
Hey.
We got you, Aaron.
And sometimes we do Extra Life. One's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Check our social medias for more. YouTube, we have a Discord. Lots of stuff. Check it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
lots of platforms.
Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good one. Goodbye.
See you later.